So what is so good about hypothesis testing? Now that you understand a little bit of hypothesis testing, right? So you're competing two hypotheses against, you're pitting them against one another, HO and HA, and you're running a study, collecting data, and then you're trying to figure out, well, which hypothesis is supported. Remember, you're not proving anything. You're just saying, which hypothesis does my data support? So what's good about this is that this procedure, hypothesis testing, provides a procedure and objective criteria for making decisions. So it's no longer going to be the case that the researcher decides whether or not his or her data is significant. All right? It's out of our hands as researchers. The data are going to be subjected to these tests, these inferential tests, these hypothesis tests. And based on some calculations, we are going to know whether or not the data support HO or support HA. All right? So that's a good thing. We've removed the subjectivity. Hypothesis testing is going to allow you to determine which is most likely the case. Is it sampling error or something else going on in addition to sampling error? Okay, so remember, it's only going to tell you probably. So in other words, hypothesis testing is going to say it's probably sampling error, or hypothesis testing will say it's probably something on top of that. There's something more. All right? And again, the researchers, they don't, look into their crystal ball, call their psychic. They, use some sort of unscientific method to say whether the data support or refute HO. It's all based on calculations. Good news, you will not be doing the calculations. We're going to let SPSS do those calculations. But I'm going to show you how we use SPSS, get the calculations, and how to read the numbers. Okay, and it's actually pretty straightforward, I think. But then again, I'm biased, right? Right. So if the data support HO, that means you have a result that is not significant, or you can say the results are non-significant, which means you're probably just looking at sampling error. Null, none, and nothing, sampling error. However, if your data do not support HO, that means you have a significant result. And it means that you're probably looking at more than just sampling error. There's something else going on, some sort of treatment effect. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip, because some of you are going to go on in research, and hopefully some of you are going to go to graduate school, which means you're going to go to conferences. Even as an undergrad, you might be going to conferences. And it's important that you know how to talk to other people when describing non-significant results. So let's say you go up to a presenter and you are reading their poster and you see that the results were not significant. Excuse me. If you go up to them and say, "Oh, you got insignificant results," well, you might get slapped in the face, okay? That is considered rude. No, my results are not insignificant. They are not significant, but they're not insignificant. Insignificant means trivial and not important, okay? Insignificant, trivial, not important. If you say the results are not significant, you're not saying that their research didn't have value. You're just saying that the data did not reach the criteria where you could claim that there was something else going on besides sampling error. Okay, so again, if results are not significant, express that by saying not significant, or you can say non-significant. Never say insignificant.